Hey everybody, it's Shelly. Just realized how red my face looks. Oh well, I'm here doing it. Not gonna stop it now. So I was just gonna talk today about segmenting. I heard it on a Abraham video the other day, just talking about people that think that they have to be positive all the time and how can they remember to be positive all the time, which, you really don't have to be positive 24/7, but it's just better to find the positive in everything and feel better and do better and be happier. So what she was talking about was just the fact that when you go into each situation, you can segment how that's going to go. So like you wake up in the morning and you go fix your coffee and you're like, my coffee's going to be great. Things are going to be just wonderful this morning. And you put that out there and then you go make your coffee. And then you're going to drive to work and you just picture like the traffic just opening up and people letting you in and just really being around kind drivers and fun people that are out there on the road too, seeing people singing and dancing and enjoying themselves in their cars. If you drive by me ever, you'll probably see that because I'm kind of a one-man band in my car. Anyways, and whenever I see somebody else doing that, I'll see somebody and they're just jamming in their car and dancing and singing, and I'm just like, yeah, you go. So that's what segmenting is. It's just like, you're going to dinner with family, and instead of worrying about, Uncle Joe being inappropriate and being a jerk, just picture it all going great and avoiding Uncle Joe and his ridiculousness or whatever. And when you start doing that, number one, it makes you focus more on what can go right. And number two, it starts to take the worry away. So when instead of going, oh, I gotta drive in rush hour again this morning, it's gonna suck so bad, I'm gonna hate it. And when you put that out there, the universe conspires. Where did I have that written down? I had that written down somewhere. Was it on this one? Okay, here it is. In the moment of commitment, the universe conspires to assist you. So the universe conspires to assist you, whether that means assist you with proving to you that there's just going to be a bunch of jerks on the road, it's going to take forever, there's going to be tons of traffic, or would you rather make the commitment for the universe to conspire to assist you that everybody's going to be great and the traffic's just going to roll along? And even if you do get stuck here and there for a few minutes, you have your radio or you see somebody next to you and you guys laugh together about something. Like, that's how it can go. That's how life can be. That's how most of my life is. Do I have crappy days? I do, but I rebound from them a lot quicker than a lot of people. And that's important. It is so important. And I'm just going to give you an example of what has happened recently. And I'm so excited about it, but I'm also just kind of calm about it too. So if you know me, if you've been watching any of my videos for the last couple years, I've done Facebook Live videos and live videos over here on YouTube. I have always wanted a Bumblebee yellow Camaro. That's like my dream car, okay? So I have been driving a minivan for 16 years, which has served its purpose. I still love her. I pat her on the dash all the time and tell her how great she is. She's just been such a good van for us and our family. She was a rental car before we got her, and she's got built-in car seats, which was just amazing when the kids were little. And the kids are 22 and 18 now, so I don't really need those car seats anymore. And even though grandkids will probably be coming in the next several years, I'll figure it out. Anyways, so I've been toying around with the idea for the last couple of years of getting a new car. So I'm driving down the road and my sweet van is just starting to, I mean, she's still running great, but she just has little things that have happened to her over the years. She's got a few dents, she's got some molding that's coming off, and on the freeway it flaps in the wind. It's so awesome. And like I can't fill up the gas tank, or she dies because she's got a sensor in her gas tank that's messed up, so I can only fill excuse me, fill it up 3/4 of a tank. So enough about my minivan. Anyways, been driving this car for 16 years. Just thinking about, God, I really want to get a new car. How is this even going to happen? And then I was just like, you know what? And this was a little bit of segmenting. And instead of fretting over it or worrying about how it's going to happen, I said, you know what? I'm just going to let it go. It's going to happen the way it's supposed to happen. It's going to happen better than expected. And I let it go. So that was like Thursday or Friday of last week. So that was like a week ago. And then Saturday afternoon, my husband had to work half a day, and he comes in and he goes, and at that time we hadn't got our stimulus check yet. And he goes, you know what? Whether we get that stimulus or not, we're just going to get you a new car. And we're not, when he says new car, I'm against getting a brand new car. I just hate that they're so expensive and they literally lose thousands of dollars as soon as you drive them off the lot. I just think it's a ripoff. So I will probably never, ever get a brand new car. I will only get new to me cars with warranties. So that's how I roll. So anyways, and so he comes home and just says, you know what? You know, I've been driving the HHR for a few years. We got that several years ago. We bought a truck for me. It's time for you to get a new car. And I'm like, cool, there it is. Like, that was easy. A day or two later, not that I have to have his permission or anything, but it was just like, I don't know how we're going to work this out. Like, you know, we're debt free right now. Do we really want a car loan? So I put it out there, came back a couple days later, him just out of the blue, hey, let's get you a new car. So Sunday night, our check went in, our stimulus check or whatever, which was great. And then I'm just talking to, you know, I'm talking online with people. I put a post out there on Facebook that said, oh, I've been looking for cars, and now I'm getting a whole bunch of Facebook ads about cars for sale in my area. My plan worked, which it totally did. I wanted to see more cars for sale. You know, I was looking at all kinds of cars. I didn't have anything super in mind. And then, so I put that post out there, and my friend, I don't know if she wants me to mention her name, so I won't, but she lives in my community and she has a Camaro, and she knows that I've always wanted one. And, you know, I've only actually met her once, and it was on my porch during the pandemic or whatever. So we didn't like chit chat for too long, but we've been Facebook friends for a while. Anyways, she says, just get the Camaro. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just thinking about like grandkids coming in a couple years or whenever, you know, it could be 5 years. I don't know. But, you know, I'm just looking at that and, you know, just being practical. And she said, my grandkids are going to have to figure out how to get in and out of my Camaro. You have been driving that van. You have been a mom. Your kids are grown. When are you going to do this? And then she goes, and they cost the same as an ugly car, which, no offense to anyone that doesn't drive a Camaro. She was just being snarky or whatever. And so I started looking at them and comparing the prices that I was looking at with all these other cars I was looking at. Because I'm a person, I want to be in a car where people see the car and they either recognize the car or they know it's my car. Like, that's what I want. I've actually posted so many pictures of Camaros. I've had friends of friends say, hey, I'm pretty sure I saw your friend Shelly driving down whatever street today, because they saw a yellow Camaro. And I was like, that was not me, but I love that, you know. Anyways, so now I'm looking for my Bumblebee Camaro. And like I said, I'm like excited, but I'm also just like calm. Like, I've never driven a Camaro. I don't even know what it feels like. And so I'm, you know, looking forward to looking out my window and seeing my car in my driveway. Anyways, so that's just like an example of a little segment. Instead of getting all freaked out in that moment, like, oh, I'm never going to get a new car. This sucks so bad. How are we going to work this out? We're debt free right now. Why would I want to get more debt? Blah, 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 blah. And then it just all rolled out in days. And now I'm getting my dream car. And everybody that I've talked to is just like, that is so awesome that you're going to do that. And I'm not in a hurry, so it's not like I have to go out and get one tomorrow. I can find one tomorrow. I can find one next week. I'm just going to relax, and it's just going to happen. And I know that some people would just say, oh, you can't do that. I mean, I'm looking, but every time I get, I start feeling that kind of like obsessiveness, like I'm not finding the one I want that's close to where we live. I just back up and go, nope. So when you start using the law of attraction to your advantage, that's what I call it. Everybody's like, oh, how do you use the law of attraction? You use the law of attraction all the time. But the key is to figure out how to use it to your advantage. So if you're just starting out learning the law of attraction and how to use it to your advantage, start doing these segments. Wake up in the morning after you let the dogs out and can breathe for a second. My dogs always want out immediately. Everybody's like, oh, just lay in bed and meditate for like 10 minutes when you wake up. My dogs would pee on the floor, so I don't do that. But I do get them fed, get my coffee made, and then I sit down and chill in a nice quiet house because I wake up super early and nobody else is up, and I have my quiet time, and I read or I write or I meditate or I do yoga. And I do what feels best in that moment. I don't have a regimented thing that I do. Anyways, when you get up in the morning, after you let your dogs out to go pee, think about that. Like, how am I going to plan my day? What do I have going today? Do I have meetings? Do I have a commute? Do I have a lunch or dinner with somebody that I'm worried about? What am I stressing about? And then start segmenting that and go into those situations. And just in your head, just take a minute. Whether it's in the car in your driveway before you start your commute, oh yeah, this can be a pleasant experience. Or before you walk into the restaurant to meet your in-laws for dinner that, give you a hard time about your life, take a second and just go, this is going to go better than expected. And I'm going to go into this with an open, happy mind. Before you go into that high-powered meeting that you're worried about, or that interview. I have a friend today that's doing a full-day interview, and I know her. And before she went into that, she stopped and took a moment and said, this is going to go better than expected, and they're going to love me. So that's what segmenting is. And it just becomes easier and easier. And then as you go through your day and you get done with your commute and you're like, oh my God, that was awesome. Like, I laughed with that other driver and we saw some other crazy driver and we both laughed at him. I didn't have to wait in that usual intersection like I usually do. I hit a green light, whatever. And then you get to work and you're like, wow, that really went well. Or you get out of that meeting and you're like, wow, they really liked my proposal or whatever. Or you walk away from that dinner with your in-laws and you're just like, wow, that went so well. Like, I understand them on a whole new level now that I just blocked myself from, So just start doing that and you just see better and better and better things happening. And pretty soon, I think they say it's 21 days to a new habit. Pretty soon that just becomes who you are. Because who you are right now, if you're negative and you're worried and your life is going to crap, that is all habits. That's habits of watching the news and getting all pissed off about what the governor's doing or what the president's doing or what happened at your grocery store this week or whatever, and just taking that on as a personal thing and just going through your day mad. That is habit. Stop watching that news. Read a good book. Even if you don't like self-help books, read a good fiction book. I read both. If you don't like the car you're driving, find out what it's going to be like, what it's going to take to get you the new car and be happier with that. If you don't like, whatever, like start making little tiny changes. I highly recommend that you take a media like fast. Don't watch the news. And that's so hard for some people because that's how what their whole day rotates around. I have a friend that does law of attraction. And I believe he was a political analyst, and it's been hard for him to stop watching the news, but he has minimized it. So he watches or gets what he needs just out of the day instead of leaving that on all day, just rolling and rolling and rolling with all the negativity and all the drama and everything. So anyways, I've been going on for 15 minutes. I'm going to go. You guys all have a great day. Whoever watches this, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe. If you like me, suggest that your friends subscribe. I'm working on subscriptions to this channel. Have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.